talk about the job market right now. I've applied to 100 or more jobs, even more than 100 in a month, and still nothing.
People getting made redundant, people that just can't find jobs even though they're qualified.
Not even roughly. I applied to 897 plus jobs. I have landed 31 interviews, and I have not received an offer.
Tired to flip some burgers. That alone is embarrassing. They'll hit you with the what made you apply here. Like, girl, y'all had a sign. I needed money.
I just want a job. I've been interviewing to get a new job for the past 2 months, and I just found out yesterday that the company that I made it all the way to the 4th round was probably in the interview process for the longest with, met literally every important person at the company, just decided to go with a different candidate. My original feelings, my first feelings were, of course, disappointment and then embarrassment that I told all of my family and friends that a new job was on the horizon and we were almost there, just to have to completely start over from scratch. So I'm Misery and I'm looking for company. No, I'm kidding, but I am gonna try to do certain things every single day to make myself feel better and be more aligned, and I figured I would share those with you. So basically a bunch of like books and podcasts and like docu-series, because I feel like knowledge is power and you have to create to move through. So if you like that kind of stuff, then recs. Give me book recs or documentary recs so I can distract myself from the pain. Thank you.
I got a question for y'all. How are y'all finding jobs in 2025? Don't get me wrong, I love my job. I think it's cool and all, but it just gets very discouraging when you start applying for jobs and half of it is a scam. You get random emails from people that don't even make sense. It's very overwhelming to be in the job market actively looking for a job in 2025. In all seriousness, if you are out here and you're looking for a job, I definitely empathize with you, because it's just been, I don't know, with AI taking over, everything becoming automated, I just feel like the job market isn't in our favor no more. Like, we're competing against robots, we're competing against everybody else. Like, there's a lot going on. Like, I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to stay put at my job, and like I said, don't get me wrong, I like my job and everything, but this job, it ain't gonna get me to where I need to be. If y'all have found a new job in 2025, how did you do it? Put it in the comments.
See this right here? She touched on something. She touched on something when she talked about AI. And this is what I teach, because I tell guys, and guys already know this, AI is not going to take over the world, but the man that understands how to use AI is going to take over, right? What do I mean? Like me, I've been working online and I've been doing freelancing. Now, the sad thing is a lot of these ladies don't understand what real freelancing is. With freelancing, you can do things like some things you ladies, jobs you may have had in the past. Customer service. You can do that. What I teach is I teach people, and I make sure it's cheap for only $100. And if anybody's out there struggling, definitely reach out to me. I'll have my link down in the comments, also in the description. And I teach different techniques. I show how to use AI to get things done. I'm talking about everything you need done will be done for you. Right now is the best time. I mean, things will be on easy mode for you with the way I teach it, right? And right now is the best time to use it before the market is saturated, because pretty soon it will be saturated. But that's not going to be for another 2-3 years. So I say to anybody out there, it's definitely worth it. Only $100.
Interviewing for a job literally feels like, dance, monkey, dance. How bad do you want this job? I don't think you want the job bad enough. You're not dancing hard enough. And you know what? When you finish dancing, you might get the job. This is what it feels like. Dance, monkey, dance. You want this job? This is the job. You want this job? Dance. humiliation ritual. Like, I'm telling you, these companies are getting off on like humiliating you through the interviewing process. Like, I wouldn't wish interviewing in this bruck up market on my worst enemy, for real. Like,
Well, what they're doing is they're comparing you with other candidates, and that's what people have told you in the past. It's better to have your own. Like, for instance, I even saw Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown, and I saw Anton Daniels talking about what Gilbert Arenas did. And what he did was he had someone else help him start his YouTube channel when he should have did it on his own. And it's all about ownership, right? And that's what they don't understand. That's a big thing. And I didn't understand it probably until about 4 years ago. Yeah, I know, right? I've been out here for so long, but I didn't understand ownership. What do I mean? I was doing freelancing, but still working for people until I realized that's not the way, right? And what I do now is the way. But a lot of them won't understand, and they're not holding it over your head. But when you are working for someone, that's how it feels. And that's exactly what's happening. So yeah, it's kind of like that, but they're not doing it with that intention. But that's how you feel because that's what you are. And I'm not trying to play you. It's true.
It is so criminally hard out here. Why does applying for a job now feel like a humiliation ritual? Literally, it feels like a humiliation ritual. As someone who personally has like nothing but managerial experience, I have a biology degree. Like, I feel like I can't even get past the first step. If you're on Indeed, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, freaking Flex, either all the jobs that I find are commission-based, they're sales jobs, they're extremely underpaid. Or if you do have a degree, it better be a freaking doctorate. And you better have done over 100 surgeries in your life or whatever it may be. I don't understand why the job market is so hard. I feel like I've never had a problem finding a job until now. In the last month and a half now, I'm sure I've applied to over 300 jobs. I'm lucky if I even get a denial email. There's some of these places and a lot of the positions I applied for, as much as I can just call up there and ask about my application, they either don't have phone numbers, they don't have an HR team that I can talk to or reach out to, or whatever it may be. It is so hard to try to find a job. And I think I've cried over this every day for the last 2 weeks, and I'm trying to keep my cool. And maybe it's just me, but any tips, tricks, and help that can get me a job would be outstanding. Please. I would love to not embarrass myself again.
Yeah, man. It's cold out here. And I showed it before, but I got to show it again. I do, right? Because I'm not just talking to talk. I'm talking from a place of know-how. I'm talking from experience, right? I'm talking about things I've actually done. And I got to show you guys this. This is me here, right? As you see the picture there. Now, you know what that means. Invitations to interview means people looking to hire me. And look how recent this is. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, U.S. cold caller last month. People are looking to hire me right now, right? And you just have to look everywhere. That's what's happening. They're out there just applying for regular gigs, but they're not looking everywhere. But if you look everywhere, I'll tell you right now, people and companies aren't hiring Americans like that. And I teach this, right? Because I show, right now with PayPal, there's Filipinos working for PayPal. Right now, I show Indians getting jobs making 25 an hour. And I teach the techniques to do what I do. But yeah, it's really getting hard out there. And if you're not doing something like this, I don't know what you're doing.
Ever since somebody said that job interviews are a humiliation ritual, I haven't been able to look at it any other way, because that's super duper humiliating. You're putting me on the spot and scenario questions like, why are we doing this?
Into adulthood.
I don't want to hear it, but for the girls that can't find no work right now, a job, I'm sitting on at least $50 an hour.
For so long, and like interviews are starting to feel like a humiliation ritual at this point. I have one scheduled at 2 o'clock today, and it's 3:30. I haven't heard from anyone. I haven't heard from anyone. I've had interviews where I've had 3 rounds of interviews to the point they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna send your equipment this day and this day and this day, and then get an email and be like, oh, we decided to go with someone else. Yeah, I'm losing it. I'm actually losing it. It's like annoying because who the wants to work anyway? And do you see it outside? I don't want to go out there. And it's like past the point of not wanting to work. Like, it's just not, the reward for your labor is non-existent. I was just talking to my friends about the other day, because like they said that we need $66 an hour to stay alive. And the minimum wage here is still $7.25. So even finding anything that pays remotely anything, even though I have degrees, I have hella work experience, I get denied for like jobs that are like, well, just go apply fast food, or just go work at Walmart, just go work at. They said no. I started an Excel spreadsheet of all the jobs I applied for, and for some reason it's gone. Like, it disappeared. I did it on like Excel docs to attach to my Gmail, so it should still be there, but that bitch is gone. So I've been saving some of them to my email to keep up with them, and there's over 100 already, just though what I've done recently. These are the ones that get back to me and say no. Most of them don't get back to me. But I'm just like really irritated today because I like woke up early, I like studied, I prepped the exam. I've been sitting at this computer for 2 hours, like just waiting on my phone to ring, because I'm like, finally, just to get ghosted. I'm actually unwell. And like, I'm gonna do anything type. Like, if you need me to do it and you're paying me to do it, I will do it. So it's just like, I just really need to get in the door somewhere and I'm good. But like, all the doors are locked, sealed, and secured, and said no Negro women allowed. That's what it's giving. Like, what else could it be? I have training experience, I have management experience, I have production experience, I have medical coding experience, I have a national certificate for coding, I have my HIMSS management degree, and I'm working on a business administration with the concentration in computer sciences right now. I'm not getting anything. I'm genuinely losing my because old people don't understand. They just really think that you're not like trying. Like they really just don't get it. And yeah, I just came here to because I just need to get it out. It's just so stressful and disheartening. Yeah, that's it.
I do job interviews feel like a humiliation ritual. I'm really putting on formal attire to lips and burgers. That alone is embarrassing. They'll hit you with the, what made you apply here? Like, girl, y'all had a sign. I needed money. That's it. The whole time I'm in there trying to act professional, like I'm a team player, when really, I'm just trying to get a check. And after all that, they want to say they'll call you and never do. Dang, not even a fast food joint want me.
It's crazy because when I tell you, my dogs can always sense that like I am probably not in the best mood or whatever it may be, or I'm a little stressed. They always come and lay up on me or be like super close to me, which is normally not like them unless like they can probably tell that I'm not in the best mood. But nothing in particular really happened today. Like, I had a decent day, worked out, had an interview, ate a good meal, like, you know what I mean, like, did everything. But I sat down for a second. I was trying to find this application for this one job, and while I was scrolling, I was like, let me just roughly see how many jobs I applied to. I have I applied to 897 plus jobs. I have landed 31 interviews, and I have not received an offer. So it definitely like goes back to the feeling of like, what am I doing wrong? And it's just a little frustrating for me, is because when I don't receive the offer, like, that's fine if you're going to pick another candidate, but when I don't receive the offer, I always like to ask in the most professional way possible, just something along the lines of like, this is not exactly how I say it, but something along the lines of like, hey, thank you for the time and interviewing me. I really enjoyed the process. Is there any way that you guys can possibly provide feedback on some things I can improve on for the future, or whatever it may be, like something like that, right? And it's so frustrating because they always respond back and say, oh my gosh, Diamond, like, we really did love you. Everyone you spoke to enjoyed speaking to you. It really was a tough decision. And we really did not make this decision lightly. We can definitely tell you're passionate about paid media and marketing. You understand what's going on, and you are definitely going to be an asset and valuable to someone's company. Unfortunately, we decided to not go with you because we wish you would have had a little bit more experience in this vertical, or whatever it may be. And it's like, for me personally, it's like, not once was that vertical ever mentioned in the job listing. 9 times out of 10, not once was it ever mentioned in the job listing, or in the multiple, like 2, 3, 4, 5. I did some interviews, or some companies I did 5 interviews for, and not once was that ever mentioned. And then if you're giving it to someone else that's more qualified than me, like, respect, like, not mad whatsoever, because there's always going to be someone who's more qualified than me, and that's fine. But when you're not giving it to someone who's more qualified than me, and you're just essentially denying or declining every single candidate, and then you decide to put the job posting back up, for me as a candidate, as an applicant, like, it is so confusing and just weird to me, because I'm just like, you had great candidates, but because they weren't 100% everything that you wanted, and they were missing, let's say, 2% or even 3%, you decide to just pass up on them, when everything is trainable, and they're going to have to be trained regardless, entering a new company and learn companies' policies and culture and how things operate. Like, it is just so frustrating. And I definitely have improved over these couple months of being unemployed of interviews, and I think there's always room for improvement. So I'm not going to say I'm the perfect interview person either, but I can say this: I can give a decent interview, especially if I'm making it to the final round or the second to final round. Especially, like I said, there's a lot of these companies aren't just doing 3 interviews, they're doing 5 interviews and asking for references and asking for sample work and asking you to complete mock campaigns and mock this, mock that. Like, so it's like, I'm doing all of it and I'm getting to essentially the last step, and A, you're ghosting me, or B, you deny me and you say X, Y, and Z. I don't know, just realizing that is just a little bit like frustrating, a little disheartening. And also, I didn't think it was going to take me this long to find something. But hey, I'm really just trying to trust in God's timing and God's plan, hoping that there is a better opportunity out there for me that I just don't know about yet.
Everything is trainable, but I will say this, right? Because I understand where the job market is coming from, because it's speaking loudly, right? And it's saying your college degrees are nothing. Let me explain. Everything is trainable, you're right. But say if someone was looking for a sales job, right? You have others out there that say I apply for a job and someone else applies for a job, right? And then because I apply, my sales experience is vast. Back to 1999. Yes, when I had my first sales job. And I've been consistent every year after. So they can see, wait a minute, you were selling in 99, you were selling in 2000, you were selling in 2001, 2, 3. You see, it keeps going. It's like the Energizer Buddy. It keeps going and going. So when you compare me next to someone else, and I say, I did this and I did that, and my close ratio is this, and I can give numbers, and they're like, And then when I come into that role, it's automatic, right? That's what they're looking for. They're looking for someone, you can give them something, say, hey, do this. And they know exactly what to do. And you don't have that. And that's where the degree thing has plagued you, ladies. And you don't see nowadays the government's actually doing you a favor. But now with the way the job market is, you can't get started. Like when I started just going hard on jobs, that was the time to do it. Now, whew, it's cold out here. Winter's here.
So I'm a few minutes early to my third and final interview for a position, and I am a fresh graduate, and I just want to come on here and give a little bit of insight to, that's so cute. You thought you were going to get the job, and you thought you were qualified to give people advice? Look what you got today. Yeah. This whole job search shit is so belittling, dehumanizing, and exhausting that it is like, I haven't even been applying. Number one, I thought I was going to get this job. Number two, I'm just tired of the rejection letters. I'm tired of getting a rejection email at 2 a.m. knowing that it was an AI system, and me knowing if a human would have saw that, I'm definitely qualified at least to be spoken to once. I'm tired of unprofessional recruiters who call you and I'm going to pass your information along to the hiring manager. Make sure that you're looking out for an email. Never get an email. Never hear from anybody. I am tired of all of it. I'm tired of going on LinkedIn and seeing a post that was posted, not even kidding when I say this is no exaggeration, about 5 minutes ago. I'm tired of seeing them have over 100 applicants. I'm tired of going on job postings, reading job descriptions and be like, yeah, I got this. Going to the end, 3 to 5 years of experience. Some of them even say internships don't count. Okay, so those 3 internships that I have that equate to over 2 years of experience on my resume, whether I did them or not, those don't count. What? So that first clip, yeah, that was my first time getting to the final stage, the final interview. After sending in at least, I've applied to about 400 jobs in the last 2 months, 3 months, whatever. I started in October. 4 months. When I tell y'all I could have sworn I got that job, this lady walked me out to my car. We was sitting there, you know, for an hour, not even really talking about the position, not even really talking about my experience, just talking. You know, being cool, just getting to know each other. What happened? And I bet you, because I'm going to ask her, I'm about to send her an email and be like, thank you for your consideration. I would really like to know, why did you move on to another candidate? Considering I felt as if I had the experience and, you know, developed a fairly cool relationship with you. Why did you move on? I can almost guarantee you she's going to say years of experience. I don't understand why it is so difficult for people who are fresh out of school to find something that's not way. And even they don't want to hire you because you have a degree. Why would you want to work at Subway? Because nobody's hiring me. Where's the bread? I can do this at least.
Discussion right now. Can we talk about the job market right now? When I tell you I have applied to 100 or more jobs in like a month, probably even more than 100 in a month, and still nothing. I've gotten maybe like 5-6 interviews, but other than that, nothing. Like, I'm trying not to spaz, and I'm definitely not trying to be that person that comes online and cries, but like, it's getting to a point, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting to a point where I just keep telling myself, we're not gonna stress, we're gonna remain prayerful, we're gonna remain hopeful, but like, you know, and it's just like, I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like I have applied to so many positions and nothing. My resume, I've talked with different people about making sure that my resume looks good and just trying to make those changes to make sure that it looks good, and recruiters are interested and employers are interested, and people like look at my resume and it sets me apart somehow, but like, that's not happening. And I mean, I will say, like, I'm based in New York, and I also am looking for social media marketing positions because that's where my expertise is. That's where I have the most experience and also what I genuinely enjoy doing. And I feel like that industry is already so saturated, but it's just like, it gets tiring, you know? Like, it gets tiring after applying to so many different positions and just nothing. And then like to come online and hear that some companies are like posting about a job on like LinkedIn.
You know what? See, this right here is what I'm talking about, right? Because you're a social media marketer, but you're not online. You're not on YouTube. You're not talking. Like, this is the new wave. It is. You're a social media marketer. You should be online promoting yourself. So from what I see right now, you're not a social media marketer, right? Because you'd be on YouTube. You'd be showing different social media marketing systems you use. You'd be connecting YouTube with your social media marketing business to where you're getting more clients. You'd be on TikTok. You'd be on Instagram. You'd be on Facebook. You'd be everywhere. Look, I was a social media marketer before. That's what I did. When I was working at Cablevision, I did social media marketing. I was 20, 25 years old. I did sales, and I had a company called Get It Out Marketing Group, right? You're not a social media marketer waiting for a job?
LinkedIn or maybe Indeed, but they're not actually hiring, or they do it so that they can end up hiring internal. So it's just like, that sucks because now you're not getting a job, and then it's just like, it's a headache overall. I want to shoot my shot. If you are a company based in New York City, or even on Long Island, and you have any social media position opening, anything like content creation, social media management, marketing, can I like send you my resume? Maybe keep it on file, maybe take a look at it, give me some feedback if possible. But like, at this point, something has to give. Like, I need something before I have a breakdown, literally. And on that note, good night.
Everything you did just now was off. And why would you take a video? You're going to do that, right? You should have had your hair done, looking dolled up. I see some ladies, they get online, they're doing it. Some other ladies that are talking, they're doing it. And I want to say this, right? Don't you understand they're going to look at your TikTok? Don't you understand they're going to do a social media scrape? So people are going to see you. I did a video months ago, pretty much a year ago, talking about how people are getting fired for their social media. So you didn't like look it up? Like, these people are lost. Seriously. Right? They wonder why they're not getting hired. This is the land of the lost. Why would you come on with your bonnet on, drinking juice, looking like you're gonna struggle to get to work? Like, I came for the job. Get out of here.
Put a finger down if you separated from your job. Well, you ain't separate, but if you quit your job May 15th, because they forced all the government employees out and they only had like 30% left of employees working at the job or whatever, and you had no choice but to quit because they said they were going to fire you, but they ended up not firing nobody and keeping everybody that stayed. And then turn around, you moved out of your apartment that you was living in, which supposed to be a luxury apartment, but you moved out because it started to go downhill and they didn't want to fix nothing, because when you got ready to renew your lease the year prior, they played with you about not wanting to fix stuff, and your mama cussed them out, so they've been mad ever since. So you moved somewhere else, renovated, paying the same price for a 2-bedroom or whatever the case may be, and it was very nice and luxury, just for a week after you moved over there for the apartment to burn down. Then on top of that, they moved you to another unit or whatever that was just terrible. They didn't try to fix it up after the last people moved out. The last people was nasty. They had roaches, all kind of Then your mom comes up there, cuss their ass out, regulate their ass, they move you to a renovated 1-bedroom, and you cool with that because it's real nice and stuff like that, just to turn around and for claims to tell you, we not gonna cut you no $30,000 check because you lost everything. And I don't know what type of shit you say to somebody who literally walked away with nothing. Just to turn around for your mom to tell you, hey, they put the job back out there, they're gonna bring everybody back, go apply and see if you get it. You ended up getting the offer, getting the job back, just to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks later for them to tell you this morning, you thinking it's the buyout rescission that you need to sign in order to get your firm offer, just for them to tell you effective immediately September 30th, they terminated your employment with the government. Now you don't have a job at all, for real. And next week is going to be your last check from them. Just to turn around, if your life wasn't bad enough and you sitting here crying all day since you got that email, for claims to call you and tell you, hey, Miss Taylor, we see you still haven't submitted your claim. And if your stuff is 3 months or older, we're going to try to match half of what you paid for, but not the whole market price amount. And if you don't submit receipts, which I don't have, we're gonna request that you replace everything if we give you the max amount and send us receipts, or we want the rest of what you didn't spend back. Y'all, I gonna crash out and lose my mind, to be honest.
I'm gonna do this long form. And so I just met with a black woman who gave me some really nice career advice. And it was a great conversation. As far as, you need to find your passion, you need to find this. I'm like, I know my passion. I just can't be paid from it, And the thing was, like, I came from fashion design. I did fashion design since 2012. And I'm still doing freelancing, right? But I'm like, at this point, I just need to pay my bills, right? I can't get hired in retail. I can't get hired in customer service. I can't get hired in, the most basic, not with my resume. Not with my resume. And not even if I redo my resume. I'm like, I have a retail resume, but I haven't worked retail since 2015. I'm like, what am I supposed to do when I have bills to pay? This is so frustrating. And I get, like, her conversation was very helpful about, career and goals and reshaping your life. And I get that, but I am exhausted. I am exhausted with going on 2-round interviews at places. I am exhausted with trying to convince people that I can do whatever job they put in front of me. I am exhausted. I don't have to be passionate about, whatever role that I'm going towards, or even 100% passionate about. Like I've applied for a lot of consumer focus, or I guess customer service focused jobs, but maybe a little bit higher up. But like, one job just kept trying to convince me how boring it was on the 2nd round interview that they made me come in for. Like, oh, it's boring. It's so boring. And I'm like, fashion is not always fun. Like, I just want a job. Like, I can write a report. I can put together a PowerPoint. I can talk to people. I can motivate people. I can come up with a bunch of different ideas. I don't want to have to hustle every damn time. I want the security of just being able to pay my mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You want somebody who is going to be here. Like, girl, I just want security. I'm going to do whatever you need me to do. And trying to convince people that I can do basic things with 13 years of fashion design on my resume is hard. I am getting very frustrated. And like, the only other option is freelancing. But then you have to hunt down people and find more freelance gigs to be consistent. And so I'm tired. I probably should call my sisters and have this conversation, and I will. But just know a bit tired. I'm tired.
Everybody's looking for a job. There's so many people getting made redundant, people that just can't find jobs even though they're qualified. Like, everybody is struggling to find a job right now. Apparently even places like LinkedIn and all those kind of websites are even putting up fake job listings. It's honestly so sad and such a shame to see people spend so much time and money on uni to learn these skills to not even get a job in the field that they studied. Create your own opportunities. It takes about people to start a startup, yeah? Of all the people in the world, of all the people who are also struggling to find jobs, you'll find 2 to 3 to 5 people who are in the same field as you, and you guys can just start your own corporation, startup, whatever. Someone will need your services, someone will need your skills, someone will need what you have to offer. So yeah, if these big companies are not trying to hire you guys, or you're getting made redundant, or you just can't find a job at all, create your own. Create your own. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but like, imagine everyone just dropped what field they're in at the bottom here, and you find like 2 to 3 or 5 people who are in a similar field, and you guys get together and just create your own thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all just need to start thinking outside of the box. So imagine someone who does marketing commented on here, and there's like 2 to 3 people, and then you guys start up like a marketing company, right? But then you guys don't really know how to push out your marketing company, but then you've got like 4 people who do sales who also commented under here. So then you hire the people to help you with the sales, to push your marketing out there, to sell what you're doing, sell your business, and then you guys obviously then get your clients. It's a win-win. And the other option is just look at jobs in other countries, guys. There's so many different opportunities out there. Don't be afraid to just take that leap and just relocate and start something new. This makes a lot more sense in my head, but you guys get my drift. Just create your own opportunities at this point, because the world is a shambles. Your future self will thank you.
So it's coming.